Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Mirror.co.uk and I'm here at EMI Records in West London to chat to Damon Gough, aka Badly Drawn Boy. Damon, how did the new single come about?
The song is off my current album, The Time of Times. It was considered as a single earlier on anyway, but the album campaign, as it were, has kind of ran its course now. By the end of last year, I finished doing all the festivals and stuff, and so in my mind, the album was a thing of the past, and I'm sort of looking forward to moving on. But this film scenario came up. Sort of the back end of last year, it was mentioned that the people that were making the film really liked the song at the end. It's a pretty prestigious thing to get a song at the end of a film. It's like the hot spot in a way if your song's at the end of a film, because it's what people take away with them when they leave the cinema. The
song's featured in the new film Definitely Maybe. Have you seen the film?
Yeah, I was waiting to see the film. As you say, it's called Definitely Maybe, which is a strange title. The Manchester Connection, obviously, an Oasis album title, their debut album. So it's. I was waiting to see it. I missed a couple of opportunities earlier, at the end of last year, to see it, and then so I only actually saw it for the first time last week. Yeah, it's surprisingly decent film. I mean, I knew it was going to be a good film because it is what it is. It's the rom-com kind of genre. Slightly concerned that I might get typecast as somebody that does music for those kinds of films, but you know, these things come along and you sort of have to judge them by what they are, and it's difficult to say no. And the film is decent, so I've not got any qualms about it.
Last year you embarked on a tour of the UK's fish and chip shops. How did that come about?
It was somebody from this building, from EMI, that suggested we do a couple of gigs in chip shops. And prior to that, I'd done a mini tour on the last album. 1+1 is 1, the album before this one. I did a mini tour of pubs around the UK, so it sort of was a continuity of that in some ways, but it was specifically to sort of reflect the Born in the UK theme. And the single Born in the UK was a limited edition release at the start of the album, and we kind of had it wrapped in newspaper, like fish and chips, like a typical English thing. So the chippy thing followed on from that, and yeah, it was alright. The Grimsby one was most notable for some reason. I'd never been to Grimsby before, and it was the guy that ran the chippy. His name was Dave, I think. We pulled up on the tour bus, and it was one of those chippies like in a row of shops and a car parking space in front, and this guy was out on his hands and knees building a stage outside this chippy, like out of pallets that he'd found on some building site. And he was building this stage like with hammer and nails and pallets, and I was like, I had to give him credit for the effort he put in. And about 500 people turned up just sort of passing by, and a pretty big crowd in the end, just passing by in Grimsby. And he sold a lot of chips as well, I think.